Oh, hi guys. How are you today? How are you today? I guess I should say to each and every one of you. If I'm speaking directly to you or whoever, it might be one viewer, my one viewer, or one at a time viewer. Or maybe if I get a lot of views, sometimes I notice it's just like a different person, different times. So if I'm speaking to you today, it's raining here where I am. So I just wanted to say that maybe you can just stop and think about everything for just a minute, unless everything's going great. So if everything's going great, maybe don't watch this. I don't know. This is okay, but I was thinking about if you're older and you've I thought my life would turn out different, or maybe if you're younger and you already thought your life would already be different. So these are very different times we live in. It's kind of weird. And I think it happened before the pandemic, so I'm just saying, whatever. So, anyway, so don't, well, if you have to worry about it, you do have to be concerned. We can't worry, but we can be concerned. But you just kind of have to meet yourself where you are and go from there. And that's what I'm doing. Maybe just try that. Just one step at a time. I like to have, like a lot of people, it's like I have big dreams. I want to have it all spontaneous and marvelous. And then again, see big picture. But then sometimes we have to just go little baby steps every day. And like the old timey expression goes, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. But with each and every situation, you are a unique person. And in spite of this world where everybody tries to clump everybody into a group or a thought process or whatever, just remember that you're a unique person and that there's something special about you that you have to offer the world. If you're here, then you're here for a reason. I personally believe in God, so to me, I believe God is part of it, and He has me here for a reason, even at my age. So, but like for example, I thought I would already have a lot of kids, be married, and have a lot of kids by now, and grandkids even at my age. But I've been able to do a lot of things without having all that. Back when I had more money, made more money. I've got to go back and figure it out. I never made a lot of money, but I at least had enough money to go do things, fun things. So now I have to like squirrel a little money away, maybe to buy some green beer on St. Patrick's Day and stuff like that. So I don't get left in the lurch. But I sort of remember the day when I was really young, like in my 20s, and really cute and young and all that. And we could just go out when we were broke. And all the men bought our drinks, and we would maybe come out with a new boyfriend for a while. He'd be our boyfriend, till he found somebody more fun or cuter, or maybe we found someone more fun or cuter or whatever it was. That was then. This is now. So, but yeah, yesterday I had fun because I made a little gas money. One of my, well, actually, she's my only taxi, my little only customer right now that I drive around. And then in May, she's going to move. And she's going to go back with her, the love of her life. So that's really great. I think we all have a love of our life. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day about that. I've a couple friends that have met the love of their lives, and some of them have been with them a long time. Some of them it's newer, but I think people do meet the love of their life, and now I get kind of weepy, like my grandmother, like when my grandmother used to cry at my dance recitals, and when I was in musicals in high school, or when I was on the drill team dancing and all those days. My grandmother would cry when she saw me. And I guess I'm, since I'm older now, your hormones all go fluctuated. And I get kind of weepy, when I hear love stories, because I'm thinking, I don't get like upset because I don't have a boyfriend or a husband, or I've had different chances, but they weren't aligned with me. They weren't the reason, because of all the stuff that I went through. I wasn't attracting or being attracted to someone that was matched for me correctly, and for them too. See, kind of like sick puppies, when you're sad and you went through different things growing up and you don't know how to love because you didn't. Anyway, but see, we're moving on from all that now. See, so, but I get really inspired by these little love stories. In fact, well, when I was in my 20s, after certain things didn't work out, love relationships, various different things, one of the newspapers I worked at, I interviewed couples as part of their advertising stories. I interviewed a lot of mom-pop businesses and these couples that were married and had businesses together. And I think that was really kind of cool, My parents had a business together. It might have worked because he traveled some. That might have helped. But because that was a lot of stuff with personalities and everything too. So, but yeah. So when you get older, you get kind of weepy, like my grandmother, and don't worry about it. Part of that is you are sort of letting go of your old self. My old self used to get kind of, people used to try to rile me up and trigger me and make me upset or something. Sometimes people do it just for fun. Like I had bullies at school would do that, or even, well, I'm not going to say, when I was a little kid, I had 3 older brothers, and sometimes they would do stuff. It was like a joke, So, well, it wasn't for me though, but that's a whole nother thing. So, but they've all grown up. Everybody grows up. I mean, most people do. Some people don't, though. It's very unfortunate. And I've grown up a lot. I mean, over the years, in my long years of decades, several decades. But I wake up. Some days I wake up and feel kind of childish or kiddish, and that's okay. You got to embrace your inner child and be happy with yourself. Now you can hear the thunder outside. But I thought you do have to meet people where they are. Like sometimes when I get a text from friends, like I'm friends with people that I've known even up to 40 years ago. And everything is like, it's kind of like another old expression. Some people find a problem for every solution. I mean, you can waste years trying to give someone advice, or and people don't really want advice. What people sometimes want is for you just to agree with them, the misery loves company thing. And that's okay if that's what you want to do, but I'm kind of old now. I have things I want to do now. And I don't think I've always taken the easy way out either. I mean, sometimes I think I have, with jobs and careers and relationships and everything, because it's overwhelming. I was just watching a video earlier. If you went through any kind of trauma growing up, sometimes if, like you've got a lot of housework to do or whatever, decluttering, like eventually, regardless of whether I move here to a different apartment in the future when I can afford it, whatever, kind of constantly have to declutter, especially if you're in a small space. But you see a lot of these bigger houses and all that on the internet, and a lot of people that are successful, they don't seem to have all this clutter stuff, But people that go through a trauma thing or anything, grief can cause it if you've lost loved ones. And of course I have. I've been through all that, and being older, you lose parents, grandparents, I even lost a sibling, to cancer, on and on. So, friends, older friends, because I have friends that are anywhere from 10, 20, 30 years younger than me, all the way up to 10 to 20 years older than me and onward. So, anyway, but yeah, when you grow up with that kind of, trauma, then anytime you have a problem or like housework, decluttering, it can cause a trauma response because if you were raised where you were punished for doing something the wrong way, or it's not good enough no matter what you do. And you know what, let's face it, with housework and decluttering and getting organized and staying on top of the game, being successful in work and life, if you have a business, I've run a little business before on and off with the insurance, and when I've done all kinds of things. I mean, when I sold Mary Kay and all these things, even if you don't make much money as an actor, which I still do that whenever I can. I mean, but or trying to get things going like driving people around. I had fun yesterday, and that got me out, and then I took some pictures. But making money but whatever you're doing, driving people around, you can make some money doing that. Not a lot, but it helps. And but yeah, I probably the kind of person that probably should not drink a whole lot of coffee because my mind gets kind of. But even at my age, in fact, I quit taking this GABA supplement. It really kind of calms you down a little bit, and um, but yeah, when you are looking at housework or trying to figure your life out, trying to improve your life, whether personally or professionally, housework, decluttering, trying to make more money, trying to reinvent yourself, start over, regardless of your career or business, or you're trying to interview or audition, whatever you're trying to do, it is never really going to be, no matter what you do, it may not be good enough. Even if you book the job as an actor, or if you get the job and get hired, actually even then, even more so, because it's like we live in an age where everybody's demanding perfection. However, if you look at a lot of the end products of a lot of things, it leaves a lot to be desired. Because they're grappling now with problems in our food and all kinds of stuff. If you feel funny or you're itchy or whatever, it's like it could have been something you ate. And I know I'm trying to do all this stuff and sell healthy stuff, but it is challenging to when you're on a strict, you're trying to be healthy, but you really have budgeting concerns just because your income's not high at the time, which just steady wins the race here. But you've got to you cannot let it get to you. But it is challenging because sometimes I have had food that's probably not the healthiest. And if you look at stuff, almost everything there's something wrong with it, I mean, no matter what you do, you've got to wash all your vegetables good, and and you've got to, and then if the canned stuff has got sodium, I probably should wash all the sodium off, or what. I mean, you're not going to wash it all off, but no matter what you do, there's a catch. But anyway, if you had any kind of trauma, or even if you had a happy childhood, but the world just can be tough, and you've had a lot of setbacks and different things as you've aged and everything, then you will find that a lot of times just certain more challenging tasks can be daunting. But that's all in your mindset. That's all in your mindset. And anyway, so, and my friend Angela would say it could be parasites, because the parasites in your body control your, like if you eat too much sugar or all kinds of things, you know, it feeds the little parasites in your body, you know, like, and that can trigger you. It definitely causes a mood swing, and that's a lot of things do that. I'm just looking around at my place. My place is distracting because I have decluttered a lot, but I feel that once again, I might have said this in another video. Sometimes we're where we're supposed to be right now, and this place being smaller, being challenging with no dishwasher, etc. That may be. I'm not doing this video right now to get out of housework, I promise you. But in fact, it's raining outside. There's not a whole lot to do anyway right now, except housework. So I will be doing that. But the thing of it is anyway, so I guess I'll go now because I think I need to recharge my iPad anyway. So, but yeah, it's all connected, like the challenges of life versus like if you had past challenges, it can escalate, and then if you don't get in the right mindset, everything can overwhelm you. So just stay the course and over and out, and maybe I'll come back later. So, okay, I have to basically stop this video now. I tried to do it the right way this time.